Take a look at some charts. Soxl, look at this. From 50 in a blink of an eye, you're down to 31. Look at this candle. This is a massive candle. You're at 1001 stochastics, very deep. Deep as it's been since April. So you're definitely pulling back. Out of 50 to 30, and my math, I don't know what's at 40% already pullback. Weekly chart, you have 3 red candles. You're right at that 50 line. 50 is over, under. You go down, you're going deeper. Now, on this, I mean, you're right at 30. I think we're blown by that. If you don't hold 30, look for 25, around that 25, 23. You know, monthly's still going up. You're turning a little bit. Now, remember I had this 22 months. Look from the lows. I did this whole video. You can check in YouTube. 374, 6 to 70. Now, is this a top? Because that's a big candle. We've had that before, a massive candles. But this run wasn't as big as these. You did have that pullback went up. So I'm not saying this is the bottom yet. We could put in a green candle. And this could be, yeah, nothing. And then we start to roll up. So it's hard to say, you know, anything just turns worse at this point. So what else do you have here? So you have this big broadening wedge all the way up. You have a high line, you have a low line, and we broke through that one support. Here would be the second of these lines. You're deep. That's why if you come back to 2025, that's going to be probably a good buy. Now, it depends everything with the market, what's going on with crypto too. If that really fades, it's hard to say how low this will go. It's getting deep on the daily chart. If this goes under 10, 0 to 10, that's going to be a great buy, at least for a short-term bounce. So I would look at that. And then, let me see here. Let's get back to the weekly. See the weekly low here? That's been coming across. It's getting higher. That's way down here. And then, what's the quarterly at? Oh, here's the quarterly. So, quarterly, you see all green back in 20. All green. Excuse me. And then you have all green till this candle here. It's a shooting star right now. You had the big move down, crossover, move down, cross up. If you draw a line here, each high has been getting lower since 22. Is this going to come up here and then feed back down? That's a question. You know, the economy and everything, eventually, is this going to catch up and we're going to get a big move down like 20, 25%? I'd like to see that flush out. Right now, a lot of things are about 7%. Was it 5 to 7%, something like that? So we'll see in this. But this is setting up for a great buy. This big broadening wedge, big volatility down. And it's an odd time in November. Usually November, we start the Christmas rally. You know, we're ending November here. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, we could still get a Christmas rally. This pulls back. We start to go up. That's a month away. Things can change. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens with this. And we'll see how Friday, if we close. If we close strong Friday, the market, that'll be interesting. Because crypto, I think, still going down. I think you're going to 60 to 74,000 in crypto. So, it's kind of odd action here, and you know, a lot going on. So we'll watch this. There's Soxl though. Oh wait, I wanted to check. I forgot the whole 3 minute. So the 3 minute today. Look at this up near 39. This is what you want to play with volatility. That's why you want volatility in the market. You can make big moves on these. Look at this, 39 down to 33. It's a $6 move in an ETF. That is a lot of money. And then you go up here. Back down, 32, and you go all the way down to, what is that, almost like 30. You draw your line here, you know, first an inner line. You keep drawing these lines out and then out further, and so you never get over these lines. Each move was down, these bounces. So if you got in 39, let's say you get out the close like 31, that's an $8 move. You made a lot of money. That could have been 1,000 for some people, 5,000, maybe 10,000 day on one day. That's why you want the market to have crazy volatility, which I think is going to, you know, pick up here for the next month. And then we'll see in the next year. I think we're going to have more volatility because, you know, this AI, all these moves going up, they're all getting flushed out like OKLO, RGTX. There's no revenue with these companies. So a lot of questions right now. You have NVIDIA holding the market up. The regular economy sucks. Don't listen to what anyone says. It sucks. Look at all the jobs. Verizon right now, this cut 13,000 more jobs. You know, everything's slowing big time. So it's a lot of, you know, back and forth in this market where some is good, some is bad. some things could be in a recession right now. Who knows? Everything looks pretty bad. If you go out where you're at, just like restaurants, certain things don't look good. There's a lot of restaurants getting crushed. They're closing generally. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, Friday. This will be very interesting what happens. We're up. You can see right now in futures. And then, will this hold again? That is a big question. All right, that's it. So Soxl is getting crushed. So bought up 50, you're going to have to hold. This doesn't look good. Big pullback. That's why these arrows, if anyone doesn't know, I have a lot of charts. Check, I have like 15,000 on YouTube, some videos, and of course shorts. These green are algos, and the pink is where, the algos don't have anything there, but I put in, short or long. This is short. You can see short again because they changed the direction. That was a short from the algo right here. Could have been a buy. The algo picks it up, so you can see generally what I'm doing here. All right, that's it. Please subscribe to Mike Heyman Trades on YouTube. Smash the like button. Do all that. Helps the algo so we can put these videos out. Peace.